Let me tell you something you're not gonna believe. I once bought a burned-out shack for $5. Not 5,000, not 500. $5. I mean, the only thing cheaper was my dignity at the time, and even that was running low. No address, no neighbors, hell, barely a roof over what used to be a kitchen. Most folks thought I was out of my mind. Maybe I was, but buried under those ashes was 15 acres of forgotten gold. The kind of gold people only notice when you stop them from taking it. Now, if you'd seen the place when I first rolled up, man, you'd have laughed too. Picture a skeleton of a house that had been roasted, pissed on by wildlife, and left to rot while Mother Nature took back what was hers. The floor was mostly thistles. The plumbing, well, that was a series of leaks with delusions of grandeur. The electrical? I wouldn't trust a raccoon with those wires, and judging by the smell, a few had tried their luck. But here's the thing, I felt lucky. Seriously. I had my old pickup, a $50 generator bungee corded in the bed, a tent, and $5 less in my bank account than I had the day before. Wasn't like it made a dent. That tax sale was the best attended by nobody but me. The city clerk just slid me a key, probably grateful not to have to deal with it anymore. You know what I mean? I set up camp right inside what used to be the living room, slept under open sky, ate cold chili out of a can, and for the first time in years, I wasn't running from anything. That first night, it was just me, some stars, and the sound of coyotes arguing with owls. I used to be a structural engineer, 15 years designing high-rises for folks who'd never even walked through their own lobbies. Then, out of nowhere, a stroke at 41 put me on my back, staring at fluorescent lights, drooling on my tie in a Denver garage. I decided right there, restart or rot. Guess which one I picked? Next morning, I'm out there, chainsawing a dead pine that had collapsed across what passed for a path, when I hear a car pull up on the opposite side of the lake. Sleek white BMW, of course. Out steps a woman, blonde bob, tennis whites, sunglasses so big you could see the future in them, face set like she'd just stepped in something nasty. She yells across the water, "You bought that? Please tell me you didn't pay more than $1." I just kept cutting. I got a rule, only one idiot or chainsaw at a time, and I'm holding the chainsaw. But she wasn't finished, walks right up to the edge, arms folded like she owns the shoreline. You do realize it floods every spring, right? That's why no one touches this side. You're wasting your money. That's all right, I said, shutting off the chainsaw. I'm not here for easy. She sniffed. I'm Karen, president of Silver Rock Shores HOA. Like I was supposed to be impressed. This isn't for people like you, she says, flicking a hand at my tent like she might catch something. And just like that, she spun on her heel, back to her BMW, off to her kingdom of manicured lawns. That night, the photos started. Some neighbor snapped a shot, my tent, my pickup, my generator, captioned, "Swamp Man spotted on lakefront. Should we call Parks and Wildlife?" Another, "Primitive lifestyle enthusiast, new neighbor." It was all a joke to them. But every minute they spent laughing, I spent working. I dug into county records, overlays, old GIS maps, everything. Turns out, that little shack wasn't just a burned-out lot. It sat on 15 acres of lakefront, classified non-developable, since the 80s due to a clerical error nobody'd bothered to fix. And, get this, I'd been following state infrastructure proposals for years, even before my life derailed. I knew about a planned highway extension, brand new bridge, linking the park to a resort district, landing right at my northern property line. So yeah, I didn't just buy a shack, I bought the future and I paid $5 for it. 9 months, I rebuilt everything, roof, walls, drilled a new well, solar panels, the works. Slept in a tent until winter, then moved into a single sealed room once I had a working propane stove I'd salvaged from a junked camper. By spring, I had the place humming, off-grid, up to code, all legal. And every inspection, every permit, Karen would be there, lurking in her BMW, sunglasses glinting, watching me like she was waiting for me to drop dead so she could pounce. The HOA chat just got nastier. Screenshots found their way to me, mostly anonymous. "Swamp Man has solar panels now. Aliens incoming? Does the county even know he's building?" Oh, they knew. I baked muffins for the inspector, made sure of that. But you could see the tide turning. Bridge construction started, and suddenly my 15 acres became the only legal access to the North Shore. The whole south side, boxed in by conservation land, beautiful but no throughway. Now developers wanted what I had. Got a note, $2.1 million for the land, buildings not included. I laughed so hard I nearly spat coffee out my nose. That's when Karen came knocking again. No more pretense. I was reinforcing the dock, now a proper boat launch, when she waltzes up, arms folded, voice cold. You really should be more cooperative with Silver Rock Shores. She claimed my parcel fell under their future Phase 3 expansion. Funny, I said, because when I bought this place, your HOA was a rumor. My deed says otherwise. She just smiled, thin as dental floss. Boundaries shift. Documents get lost. I looked her square in the eye. Maybe if you hadn't treated me like garbage all year, we could have talked. But I'm not interested in being annexed. Ever. She left an envelope, official HOA business. I called my old friend Claudia, a lawyer, had her shoot a cease and desist that same day. Then, just for fun, I posted all my land records to the county forum, circled the not subject to HOA bit in red. They hated that. That's when the real fun started. One by one, board members showed up. A landscaper tried to maintain my shoreline. A smug guy with a clipboard wanted me to pre-authorize community lake access. Every time, I pointed at the gate sign, private property. Try reading. Then, I get a thick manila envelope, Silver Rock Shores Articles of Expansion, revised 1994. Looked like it had been aged in a microwave. Supposedly, my land was earmarked for HOA annexation if infrastructural evolution ever happened. In other words, the bridge goes in, they call dibs on my land. The document was laughable, digital signatures, modern fonts, a seal printed on a home 3D printer. Claudia reviewed it and nearly died laughing. They forged an entire governance document, and they did it badly. This is felony-level fraud. So, I filed a formal complaint with the county. Tracked down the supposed 94 HOA president. His son Doug still lives nearby, a retired firefighter, no time for nonsense. He glanced at the signature. That's not my dad's. He had arthritis. Couldn't write that straight in '92. Doug let me skin old newsletters for proof. The fake was busted. Still, Karen kept pushing letters, neighborly cooperation, all that jazz. Instead of answering, I highlighted the most desperate bits and filed them as evidence. Weeks later, their website quietly deleted all mention of Phase 3. Then Claudia calls, DA's opening an inquiry. The game just changed. The HOA's next move? A social media blitz. Shaky video of me on my dock, chopped up with shots of a locked gate and Karen's voiceover. One man hoarding access to our lake. The video goes viral. Neighbors, activists, even a couple of college kids with petitions, camping out by my fence, signs waving. Stop the land grab. Give back our lake. Karen, right at the front, arms crossed, smiling like a Bond villain. Local news jumps in. I can't walk to the store without someone shoving a mic in my face. Shouldn't everyone have lake access? Shouldn't trespassing still be a crime? I deadpan. That one made the news. Meanwhile, they start faking evidence. Drone shots, dramatic music, doctored maps. What they don't show. My security footage, crystal clear, shows HOA folks sneaking onto my land at night, planting signs, faking public trail markers, even dragging in kayaks to film themselves getting kicked out for drama. Doug from Lot 11 crashed his drone into my gutter. I mailed it back with a sticky note. Nice try. Stay out. Then the twist, my investor, the Ecolodge developer, goes radio silent. Due to legal and community disputes, translation. The HOA's toxic campaign scared him off. That one stung. I'd done everything right, and Karen nearly tanked the future of this land with a smear campaign. I wasn't letting that stand. I posted my own footage, timed, dated, calm voiceover, overlays pointing out every lie, every forged map, every inch of private land. It didn't go as viral, but it hit the right people, investors, bloggers, a couple of land rights lawyers. More importantly, it landed in the inboxes of the DA and county commissioners. Then I filed suit, defamation, business interference, harassment, unauthorized media use. Claudia was loving it. Meanwhile, I doubled my cameras, added a sign. Private property, trespassers will be filmed for the internet's entertainment. Let him try. Couple weeks later, 2 a.m., security alert goes off, 3 figures creeping on the back ridge. Karen in a hoodie, 2 guys, one carrying stakes, the other a laminated map. They start hammering fake boundary markers 20 feet into my land. Spray painting trees. Caught every second on video. I called the sheriff. You armed? Yup, but I'm not leaving the porch unless they come for me. Deputies showed up, cuffed all 3. The sheriff smiled. Looks like you caught yourself some burglars. In their trunk, fake maps, a developer letter for my land at $1.5 million, signed President Karen Levier. Oh, she noticed the cuffs. Next day, paper runs the story. HOA president accused in land scheme, front page. Folks started talking, apologies from some, anger from others who felt duped. But the tide had turned. Karen was charged, conspiracy, trespassing, fraud. County starts auditing every HOA expansion in town. Turns out this scam had legs. Board members resigned. Lawsuits piled up, not just mine. The trial, man, what a show. For days, full jury. Claudia and a forensic doc analyst shredded the fake expansion charter. Videos of Karen giving orders, chat logs from her own board. Grayson's too isolated. We take the line, settle cheap. Jury wasn't buying a word. 2 hours of deliberation, guilty on all counts. 8 years in prison, lifetime ban from any HOA, real estate, or zoning office. When the judge read that, I finally smiled. A little spiteful? Sure. But damn, it felt right. Civil court came next, my suit for defamation and lost business. Judge ruled for me in under an hour, $640K, plus legal fees. The HOA went bankrupt, website replaced with a single page, currently under administrative restructuring, which is legalese for we're toast. Then the best call I ever got, a resort developer, one of the good ones, came back. We see the land's clear now, $6.3 million, consulting contract, revenue share, you stay as steward. I said yes. 6 months later, Bay 5 opened, eco cabins, docks, trails, all off-grid. Locals love it, tourists line up for it, and me? I live right here. Rebuilt the house myself, reclaimed wood, steel, sunlight pouring through triple-pane windows. Sometimes the old HOA crowd drives by. Some pretend they always believed in this side of the lake. Sure you did, I say, then head back inside. Karen's still in prison. Her house, auctioned off. Her old HOA office is now a meditation room. Silver Rock Shores rebranded, new rules, no more land grabs. Their pool finally runs clear again, boring as ever. Sometimes, sitting out on my dock with a good coffee, I remember that first cold night, tent leaking, generator coughing. All the laughter from across the water, the jokes, the slurs, swamp man. Now the wind is quiet, the lake is calm, and the road ends right at my gate. $5, that's what started it all. $5, and a stubborn streak wide as Lake Thornberry. Best investment I ever made. So, what would you have done? Folded or fought back? Ever had to defend what's yours from the folks who laughed until they wanted a piece? Share your stories below. I'll be reading every one.